Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel, Writing Practices. In today's tutorial, we'll go through how to write an M1 visa seminar invitation letter. This type of letter is especially important when inviting someone to the United States to attend a vocational seminar or a technical training program. Unlike other visas, the M1 visa is specifically for vocational or non-academic training. That means the letter has to make it very clear that the purpose of the trip is hands-on learning, not employment. So in this video, we'll follow the exact letter template step by step. I'll explain the purpose of each section, show you how it's written in the sample. Let's get started. Sender's information. The first section of the letter is where you include your own details as the sender. This is your identification, and it needs to be complete. The template shows it like this: your name, your position or title, organization or institution name, address, city, state, ZIP code, email address, phone number. This section is very important because it establishes credibility. The US embassy or consulate must be sure the invitation is coming from a reliable organization, not from an unverified source. That's why you need to provide your name, your job title, and the name of your organization. Adding your full address, email, and phone number gives the embassy multiple ways to contact you for verification. Without this, your letter could be considered incomplete or unreliable. Think of it as your professional identity card within the letter. It tells the consulate who is making this request and why they should take it seriously. Date. After your information, you'll include the date when the letter is written. This should follow the formal format of month, day, year. For example, September 13th, 2025. The date is not just a formality, it provides a timestamp showing when the letter was issued. Visa applications are time-sensitive, and embassies want to see recent documents that reflect current arrangements. A properly written date adds to the professionalism and helps the consulate keep everything organized in their system. Recipient's information. Next comes the recipient's information. Since you are addressing US authorities, this part is written in a formal and general way, not directed at a specific person. The template uses US embassy or consulate address, city, country. This ensures that the letter is acceptable no matter which officer reviews it. It also shows respect and professionalism because you are directing it to the institution as a whole, rather than guessing at who might read it. Subject line. After that, you add the subject line. In the template, it's written as subject, invitation to attend seminar, M1 vocational training visa. The subject line is very powerful, even though it's short. It immediately tells the visa officer what the letter is about. Not only does it state that it is an invitation to attend a seminar, but it also specifies the visa type, M1. This makes the processing faster and shows that you understand the visa requirements. Always make sure your subject line is clear, direct, and accurate. Salutation. Next is the salutation or greeting. The template uses, "Dear Sir or Madam, this is the safest and most professional choice." Since you don't know exactly which consular officer will review the case, addressing it this way keeps it polite, formal, and appropriate. It avoids mistakes while still maintaining respect. Opening paragraph, invitation statement. Now we get into the body of the letter, starting with the opening paragraph. In the template it says, "I am writing on behalf of organization or institution name to formally invite full name of participant, holder of passport number, residing at participant's address, to attend a vocational seminar and training program scheduled to be held in the United States." This paragraph is essential because it introduces the participant and provides key identification details. You mention their full name, passport number, and address. The passport number is especially important because it helps the consulate verify the identity of the person applying for the visa. This level of detail shows you are serious and professional, and it helps avoid any confusion with people who might share similar names. It also immediately states the purpose of the invitation: to attend a vocational seminar and training program. By being clear and direct from the start, you make the consulate's job easier and present the request as legitimate. Body paragraph 1. Seminar details and purpose. Next comes a more detailed explanation of the seminar itself. The template provides this example. The seminar, entitled Seminar Title, will take place from start date to end date at venue or location, city, state, USA. This program is specifically designed to provide hands-on vocational training and technical knowledge in field or area of training, equipping participants with practical skills that are essential for their professional development and career advancement. This section is extremely important because it shows the what, when, and where of the seminar. By including the seminar's title, dates, and location, you demonstrate that this is a real event with a clear structure. But what really matters here is the explanation of the program's purpose. The phrase hands-on vocational training and technical knowledge makes it clear that this is not an academic or research program, but a vocational one, which is exactly what the M1 visa is designed for. It also explains why this training matters. It equips participants with practical skills that will help in their professional growth. This tells the embassy that the seminar has real value and a clear benefit to the participant's career. It reassures them that the trip is purposeful and that the training will have a direct application when the participant returns home. Body paragraph 2, structured curriculum and compliance. The next paragraph goes deeper into how the training will be delivered. In the template, it says, "Our institution has prepared a structured curriculum that includes classroom instruction, demonstrations, and guided practical activities." This training is strictly educational in nature and does not involve employment in the United States. Upon completion of the seminar, participants' name will return to their home country to apply the knowledge and skills gained. This is one of the most critical sections of the letter. First, it shows that the training is organized and well prepared, with classroom instruction, demonstrations, and practical activities. That detail is very important because the embassy needs to see that this is a legitimate program and not just a vague plan. Second, it makes a crucial clarification. This training is strictly educational in nature and does not involve employment in the United States. That line is key to the M1 visa. This visa is not meant for work, it is only for vocational study and training. By making this clear, you show that you understand the visa rules and that the participant will not misuse the opportunity. Finally, it reassures the embassy that the participant will return to their home country after the seminar. This point is very important for visa approval because consulates need to be confident that the individual will not overstay in the US or attempt to remain permanently. Closing paragraph, visa request. Now we reach the closing request to the embassy. The template provides this. We kindly request your assistance in granting an M1 visa to participants' name so that they may successfully attend and complete this training seminar. Should you require any further documentation or clarification, please do not hesitate to contact me directly at phone number or email address. This paragraph is polite but very clear. It directly asks for the visa, while also showing that you are ready to cooperate if more documents are needed. Repeating your phone number and email ensures that the consulate can easily reach you for follow-ups. This shows professionalism, transparency, and willingness to assist, all of which leave a positive impression. Thank you line. Before ending, the template includes a thank you line. Thank you very much for your consideration. This small sentence carries a lot of weight. It shows gratitude and respect for the time and effort that consular officers put into reviewing the case. A polite ending like this helps close the letter on a positive and professional note. Closing and signature. Finally, you finish with the formal closing and signature. In the template, it looks like this. Sincerely, your signature, your full name, your position or title, organization or institution name. Using sincerely is the standard in formal letters. Your signature makes the letter official and authentic. Then, repeating your full name, position, and organization confirms your authority and responsibility in issuing the invitation. And that completes the M1 Visa Seminar Invitation Letter. As you can see, every section of this letter has a clear role. From identifying the sender and the participant, to explaining the seminar's purpose, to clarifying compliance with visa rules, every part works together to make the invitation professional and convincing. When you write your own version, remember to follow this structure exactly, fill in the correct details, and keep the tone formal and respectful. That way, your letter will be clear, accurate, and effective in supporting the visa application. Thank you so much for watching this tutorial on how to write an M1 visa seminar invitation letter. If you found this guide helpful, please give it a thumbs up, share it with others who might need it, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Writing Practices, for more detailed writing tutorials. I'd also love to hear from you, so leave your questions or suggestions for future videos in the comments below. Thanks again for your support, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.